We know you're on the scene, and that is perfectly fine. We just want you to give a sense to our viewers about what you're seeing. We have the live pick up, but kind of give us a sense of what the situation is like.
Okay, yeah. So what we're seeing right now, obviously, a lot of authorities on scene. We do know that a car collided into a food truck and hit several pedestrians as well. According to local EMS, we know that 9 pedestrians were taken to hospitals with varying degrees of injuries. We're not sure about the specifics about that yet. We're also not sure what may have caused this. Right now, we're actually waiting for the public information officer to come give us an update. So we should have more information in a little bit. But what we do know right now is the car collided into a food truck and 9 pedestrians were taken to the hospital.
Now, it looks like the podium is set up. Oh, it looks like they're coming up to the podium here. Angela, we're going to take this live. We'll talk to you after.
Sounds good. Should I stay on the IFU line?
Yep.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Everybody ready? Good. Anybody over there?
There's one.
And if you guys can't hear me, let me know, and I'll shout.
No. Same camera as 130 here.
Okay. All right, everybody good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My name is Captain Krista, C-H-R-I-S-T-A, Stedman, S-T-E-D-M-A-N. I am one of the public information officers for Austin-Travis County EMS. At approximately 8:18 tonight, Austin 911 received multiple phone calls reporting a major collision at in front of the Chewies near some food trucks. The initial information that we received said that there were 2 vehicles involved. It was a T-bone type collision, and one of the vehicles was pushed into a group of pedestrians that were near the food truck. At 8:24, our first ambulance arrived on scene. We had 11 total patients involved. 3 of them were transported to Del Seton Medical Center. Of those 3, 1 had potentially serious injuries, 1 had serious, potentially life-threatening injuries, and 1 had non-life-threatening injuries. 6 patients were transported to South Austin Medical Center. Of those, 1 had serious, potentially life-threatening injuries, 1 had potentially serious injuries, and the remaining 4 had non-life-threatening injuries. 2 of the patients that were involved were declared trauma alerts for us. 1 went to Del Seton, 1 went to South Austin. All the patients involved were adults. 2 of the patients involved refused any treatment or transport to the hospital from us. Does anybody have any questions? That's really most of what I have.
What about the drivers?
So the drivers were some of those involved. One of them, I believe, refused transport, and then another was transported.
Are you able to tell us which driver and which car?
No, I don't have that. I don't have those details.
11 total patients.
11 total involved. Correct. So the 2, and when we say they refuse EMS treatment or transport, that means they may have been a little bit scraped up, but it's certainly not anything to need any kind of treatment or assessment or transport. They were able to walk away.
And a trauma
Yeah, sure. So trauma alerts or trauma activation is a classification system that we use in conjunction with our local hospitals. And essentially what it does is it gives them advance notice that we have a patient that may be in need of either serious trauma services or maybe an operating room. So typically those are going to be the more seriously injured patients that we see.
Are you able to confirm which vehicle T-boned the other one?
I am not. That would probably be a good question for APD, and I'm not totally certain if they're quite ready to talk about that.
Yeah. So, I'm Sergeant Moore. I'm with the Austin Police Department, Region 4, David 300s. At this time, we're not going to give that information out. We're still investigating this accident to see what the details are. As there are multiple injuries, all transported to the hospital, including one of the drivers of the vehicle. So we're continuing just to investigate this collision.
So it was 2 cars and 1 T-boned the other, and then 1 got pushed with the food truck?
That is correct.
Okay. Was the food truck, were they doing business at the time?
Yeah, again, this is a preliminary part of the investigation. From what we know is it seems like there were some people standing in front of the fruit truck, and then one of the vehicles got pushed in as a result of the collision, got pushed into the area of the food truck. So that's kind of where we're at.
And I'm sorry, just to clarify, one of the drivers was transported to the hospital, but one was not.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. What driver was that? Is it the one in the Scion or the truck?
Yeah, we can't give details on that yet.
Well, the drivers cooperating.
So far they are, yes.
Just to recap, all adults, no children?
Correct. All adults involved.
Okay. And it was 11 total hurt, but how many went to the hospital? 3?
No, so 11 total patients involved, 9 were transported to the hospital, and 2 refused EMS transport.
Are the drivers the only ones in the vehicles, or do they have passengers?
I do not know that.
Yeah, as far as I know, there's just single occupants in each vehicle.
When you say refused EMS, how does that mean EMS recommended to go with and they decided not to, or?
So I don't know exactly how it happened. I was not on scene at that point. However, typically it's people that are able to walk away from the incident. So not people that are in any real danger.
Do you know what initially caused the T-bone?
Yeah, again, we can't get into. We're still investigating that part, and so do not know.
And too early, I assume, for any sort of possible charges, anything like that.
Right, that's correct.
Anybody else? Good?
Okay.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Thank you guys.
Y'all have a good night.
Okay, we didn't get much more new information. We kind of got a better sense of the extent of the injuries involved. If we do still have Angela from Fox 7 on the phone here. Angela,
Yes.
What did you make? Can you help our viewers kind of make out what we just heard?
Yeah, so basically there were 2 cars and there was a T-bone accident and one of those cars was pushed into that food truck. We do know that there were 11 total people involved. One of the drivers was taken to the hospital, but we don't know which car that driver was in. The other 9 were taken to the hospital with varying degrees of injuries. I believe they said 2 were potentially life-threatening injuries and another 2 were serious injuries. So again, you know, almost a dozen of people affected here. This all started with a T-bone accident that caused that car to get pushed into that food truck. We're not sure exactly what caused the initial accident first. Obviously, they're still investigating.
It doesn't seem like that's the case here.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that. Again, they don't know what caused the initial accident, but it doesn't seem like it was something that was intentional.
Yeah, and Angela, just lastly, give us a sense, because this is a very busy area. We know the food truck scene in Austin is really popular, so there would be a lot of people out and about on a Friday night like this, wouldn't it?
Yeah, actually, when we were driving to the scene, I mean, we heard lots of people just enjoying their night at nearby restaurants and bars. And then, you know, come down a little further down the street, you have all these emergency vehicles. So definitely a lot of people out and about. It's Friday night, lots of people on the roads. So definitely a very busy area for this to happen.
And Angela, just lastly, for this story, while you're reporting on it, what will you kind of be looking out for? What do you still want answered from law enforcement officials?
I mean, I would say the cause, I mean, what started all of this? Was there any foul play involved, or if it was just simply a really terrible accident?
Yeah, and of course, we didn't really get a sense either about the food truck owners or if there were people inside of the food truck at the time. Presumably there would have been, so hopefully we'll follow up on that. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your night.
Absolutely, you too.